Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, everyone. I'm Cheldin Barlattt Rumer, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. This Is It Network is your global digital TV network connecting remarkable women to inspiring stories. I do this each and every day, Monday through Friday, to our growing community with our engaging content in hopes of making real connections, in hopes of sharing a little bit of inspiration and motivation, not only for a day, but each and every day. So thank you so much for those individuals who continue to tune in. Again, Monday through Friday at around 11 o'clock Eastern. My hope is to provide a little bit of motivation and inspiration. And I've said this multiple times, even though this is morning message number 521, I've said this multiple times that the majority of these are morning messages in which I need in the moment, in addition to being able to help all of you in finding your voice and screaming your dream. I often need to be reminded of these things. And screaming your dream isn't necessarily something in which you understand and then you just continuously do. It is a practice in which you must be reminded of in order to get closer to what it is that you want. And I have to practice it regularly to ensure that I am not losing my way, that I am not like in a space where I can't really get to the next space or the next level. I want to make sure that I'm doing so with a clear mind and with a clear plan in place. And for me, my darlings, it's really about determining how can I get closer to what it is that I want? How can I ensure that I'm moving in the right direction continuously? And I am a strong believer that this Scream Your Dream is a practice. It is not something, again, that I just wake out of bed and it automatically happens, that I'm yelling at the top of my lungs with intention. It's really very much about me being in a space where I'm constantly practicing this. And one of the things that we often think about when we are not doing well or when we are having a rough time is that we're, you know what? I'm going to throw in the towel. I'm going to start over. I'm going to start from the beginning. I'm going to wash away everything that I've done thus far, and I'm going to begin again. And there's something really unique about a fresh start, but there's also something really interesting about getting directions from where you are. And I'm a strong believer in that. I think a lot of times we just assume that what we have done is all of what we have done, and everything that has led us to this point is worth throwing away. Where I don't believe that that's the case. I believe that there are so many lessons, even though the one thing doesn't necessarily work out, even though the goal wasn't met, there's lessons within the journey. And there's things that need to be kept and lessons that need to be learned in order for you to move forward in that way. And so one of the things that I want us to do is to not want to start on over again, but to get directions from where it is you are in this moment. And you know, I love a good analogy, and this always applies. Like once you get lost in life, right? You're driving, you've put something in the GPS has lost Wi-Fi, you're out in the middle of nowhere, you don't know where you're going. You don't go all the way home and then start the journey again. You get directions from where you are in order to get to where it is you want to be. And so often we are not asking for directions in this moment. We're just throwing everything away, assuming that nothing you've done to this date is worthy of attention, or nothing you've done to this date should be saved or held on to. It's all a waste of time because the end goal didn't work out exactly as you had intended. And for me, for you, my goal is for you to think about what directions do you need in this moment, as opposed to throwing away everything in which you have done. I don't want you to throw out all you have done and say, I have to start completely from scratch. I want you to ask for directions from where you stand in this moment and realize how far you've come, knowing you are not exactly where you want to be. Too many of us are quitting. Too many of us are throwing in the towel. Too many of us have said, I have had enough, and then want to start all over as if all of that journey and all of those lessons are for naught. And it's not the truth. All of it has value. All of the lefts when they should have been rights, all of the ups when they should have been downs, all of them have value. And there's lessons with all of those bad turns. And if you choose to just throw everything away, you find yourself starting from scratch once again, and the journey still remains long. But instead, I'd rather you ask for directions where you stand. I'd rather you ask for directions, whether it's a left or a right. And if you're in New Jersey, you know there's a Wawa on the left and on the right, and you call a friend and you ask for help. And I may be that friend if you're in that space and you're lost as it relates to your personal brand or where to market your products or how to be able to tell your story. You know, we look at stuff. Good morning, Beth. We look at stuff and we say, you know what? This isn't working. I'm just going to start all over. I'm going to take down the website as opposed to changing the page. I'm going to stop doing these services as opposed to asking the customer why they didn't upgrade that one time. I think we so often want to throw everything away as opposed to looking at how far we've come and making the necessary adjustments as we go. It's time to ask directions from where you stand, especially if you're lost, especially if you're not lost yet and you just anticipate needing directions on your journey. Pull over for a minute, ask for directions, and then keep moving forward. Don't go all the way home. Don't go all the way home thinking that the journey that you've done thus far is for nothing. Because every left and right turn that you've made thus far is worthy of attention. A lesson lives inside of it. And once we pay attention to that, the journey gets shorter as we go, but we ask for directions from where we are. We are not throwing it all away. We are not foregoing it all. We're not crumbling it all up and tossing it. We're flipping the page and saying, what's next? We're learning from what we did not do right in order to move in the right direction. And I know some of you are feeling lost on this Monday. Some of you had the Sunday icks last night and it's carried over until this morning hour. And so I want you to think about what directions you can gain in this moment. Who should you be calling? Who should you be reaching out to? Who's there to help? And I hope I'm on that list. If you're struggling to find your voice or to determine what the next steps are for your personal brand, your business campaign, or just to have a ear of somebody who can hear and see you and tell you that you are not alone in this journey, I got you. Please don't throw everything away. Please don't crumble up all of your plans and set them on fire. Stretch them out, take a look, and see what's on the next page. Ask for directions from where you stand. There's no reason for you to start over when you can start fresh and new today. My darlings, I'm Cheldin Barlattt Rumer, and this is it. Thank you so much for joining me again, Monday through Friday at around 11 o'clock Eastern. I love to be able to share a morning message in hopes of inspiring you for the day, but keeping you motivated each and every day. This was about not starting over. This is about starting from here, getting directions from where you stand in order for you to utilize your voice. I want to make sure that you are starting in a beautiful way as we jump into spring. I need to make sure that all of you can reach me whenever you need me. If you're looking to find your voice and tell your story, if you're looking to no longer whisper your wishes and to scream your dream, I'm your gal. We'd love to be able to help you in doing so. Let me know in the comments below or reach out to any of the links within the post. I'm just one click away in order to be able to help you get closer to what it is that you want. Log on to thisisItTV.com for more information on all we got going on. Check out all of our latest episodes and even become a member on thisisit.tv. We would love to have you as part of our This Is It Network community. Again, as we encourage all of you to no longer whisper your wishes, but to in fact scream your dream. I will see you all again tomorrow for another morning message. Take care.